Science is a constantly evolving field, and as our understanding of the world deepens, many long-held beliefs and myths are debunked. Some of these myths have been perpetuated for years, often because they were taught in schools, repeated in popular culture, or simply sounded plausible. However, with advancements in research and technology, we now know that many of these facts are either exaggerated or entirely false. In this article, we will explore some of the most common science myths that people have believed for years. Myth 1. We only use 10% of our brain. One of the most pervasive science myths is the idea that humans only use 10% of their brains. This myth has been popularized in movies, books, and self-help seminars, often suggesting that unlocking the remaining 90% could grant us superhuman abilities like telekinesis or genius-level intelligence. However, this claim is entirely false. Neuroscientists have thoroughly debunked this myth. Brain imaging technologies like MRI and PET scans show that virtually all parts of the brain have some function, even when we are at rest. Different regions of the brain are responsible for various tasks, such as processing sensory information, controlling movement, regulating emotions, and facilitating memory. While it is true that not all parts of the brain are active at the same time, over the course of a day, nearly every part of the brain is utilized. The origin of this myth is unclear, but it may have been perpetuated by misinterpretations of early neuroscience research or by self-help gurus looking to sell the idea of untapped potential. Myth 2. The Great Wall of China is visible from space. Another widely believed myth is that the Great Wall of China is the only human-made structure visible from space. This claim has been repeated in textbooks, documentaries, and even by astronauts. However, it is not entirely accurate. While the Great Wall is an impressive feat of engineering, stretching over 13,000 miles, it is not easily visible from space with the naked eye. The wall is relatively narrow, about 20 feet wide in most sections, and blends in with the natural landscape, making it difficult to distinguish from orbit. Astronauts have confirmed that the Great Wall is not visible from low Earth orbit without the aid of binoculars or a camera lens. The myth likely originated from early space missions, where astronauts reported seeing the wall from space. However, these claims were later clarified, and it was determined that they were either mistaken or referring to specific sections of the wall under ideal conditions. In reality, other human-made structures such as cities, highways, and large dams are more visible from space due to their size and contrast with the surrounding environment. Myth 3. Goldfish have a 3-second memory. The idea that goldfish have a memory span of only 3 seconds is a common misconception that has been used to justify keeping them in small, unstimulating environments. However, research has shown that goldfish have much more complex cognitive abilities than previously thought. Studies have demonstrated that goldfish can remember information for months, not seconds. For example, goldfish can be trained to navigate mazes, recognize colors, and even respond to specific sounds. In one experiment, goldfish were trained to push a lever to receive food, and they retained this knowledge for several months. These findings suggest that goldfish have a memory span far exceeding the 3-second myth. The origin of this myth is unclear, but it may have been perpetuated by the simplicity of goldfish behavior in small, unenriched environments. Myth 4. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. The saying, "lightning never strikes the same place twice," is often used to suggest that rare events are unlikely to repeat themselves. However, this is not true when it comes to lightning. In fact, lightning can and does strike the same place multiple times, especially if that place is a tall or conductive structure. Tall buildings, trees, and towers are particularly susceptible to repeated lightning strikes because they provide a path of least resistance for the electrical discharge. For example, the Empire State Building in New York City is struck by lightning an average of 25 times per year. Similarly, the CN Tower in Toronto is struck by lightning dozens of times annually. The myth likely arose from the observation that lightning strikes are random and unpredictable. However, the reality is that certain locations are more prone to lightning strikes due to their height and conductivity. This myth serves as a reminder that nature does not follow human-made rules or sayings. Myth 5. Humans have 5 senses. The idea that humans have only 5 senses, sight, hearing, taste, smell, and touch, is a simplification that has been taught for centuries. In reality, humans have many more senses that contribute to our perception of the world. For example, proprioception is the sense of where our body parts are in space, allowing us to move without looking. Thermoception is the ability to sense temperature, while nociception allows us to perceive pain. Balance, or the vestibular sense, helps us maintain our orientation and coordination. Some scientists argue that humans have as many as 20 distinct senses, each contributing to our overall experience of the world. The five-sense model likely originated from ancient Greek philosophy, particularly the work of Aristotle, who categorized human perception into these 5 categories. Myth 6. Chameleons change color to blend in. Chameleons are often celebrated for their ability to change color, and it is commonly believed that they do so to blend in with their surroundings and avoid predators. While camouflage is one function of color change, it is not the primary reason. Chameleons change color primarily to communicate with other chameleons and regulate their body temperature. For example, a male chameleon may display bright colors to assert dominance or attract a mate, while darker colors may be used to absorb heat when the chameleon is cold. The ability to change color is controlled by specialized cells called chromatophores, which expand or contract to reveal different pigments. Myth 7. Bats are blind. The phrase blind as a bat has led many to believe that bats are blind. However, this is far from the truth. While bats rely heavily on echolocation to navigate and hunt in the dark, they are not blind. In fact, most bats have perfectly functional eyes and can see in both low light and daylight conditions. Echolocation allows bats to detect objects and prey in complete darkness by emitting high-frequency sounds and listening for the echoes. However, this does not mean they lack vision. Many bats use their eyes to navigate over long distances, identify landmarks, and even recognize other bats. Some species, like fruit bats, rely more on vision than echolocation. The myth likely stems from the emphasis on echolocation in bat behavior, leading to the misconception that they are blind. In reality, bats are highly adaptable creatures with a combination of sensory abilities that allow them to thrive in diverse environments. Myth 8. Sugar causes hyperactivity in children. The belief that sugar causes hyperactivity in children is a widely held myth, often cited by parents and educators. However, numerous scientific studies have found no direct link between sugar consumption and hyperactive behavior. The myth may have originated from the observation that children tend to be more energetic at events like birthday parties, where sugary treats are often served. However, this energy is more likely due to the excitement of the occasion rather than the sugar itself. Science myths often persist because they are simple, memorable, and sometimes comforting. However, as our understanding of the world evolves, it is important to revisit and challenge these beliefs. By questioning these myths and seeking evidence-based answers, we can develop a more accurate and nuanced understanding of the world around us. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more content. Thank you.